everyone, it's Tara here with Create Life Paper Words, and today I'm working on my second set of January 2016. For this layout, I decided to do one 12 by 12 page, and that was simply because that's what I had time for and that's what I had pictures printed for. I did decide to print pictures myself for this layout. The cards that I'm using for this layout are from mostly the Teal line press. She has a scrapbooking collection, and so all I did was crop them to the right size on my computer. When I printed them, they did print a little bigger than a 4x6, which is perfect because then I was able to trim them down to the size I wanted. I'm also using a couple cards from my January Gossamer blue kit. And I love this one right here. It says this is going to be good. And I wanted the this is going to be good at the very bottom. And so I just trimmed it so that it was at the bottom for that part. I wanted to use some pinks, soft mints, and then I've also got a darker purpley blue color in that arrow card. That arrow card is one of the Teal line presses. And I chose those cards and colors just because I really like them. I also wanted to keep a lot of white space as well. So with the colors being more muted, it seemed that everything looks really nice and bright. This card that I'm cutting down right now was one of the Gossamer blue ones. It was just too blue for me. It had way too much going on, so I decided to cut this out more like a label, and I'm going to do some journaling on it. I really like how the journaling looks, and I wanted it to look like this card was a continuation of the album cover to the left of it. And so what I was doing was I was just matching up the 3x3 picture with this label that I've cut out. I wanted to do some journaling about our music that we've been listening to. And so that's what I really did with this card. And of course, the hello is a wood veneer. I can't remember where I got it from. I've had it for a while now. And I just thought it fit perfectly with the Adele album cover that I had printed off, seeing as that's one of our favorite songs. And then I also used the Currently from Colorcast Designs. I just love her work, and I find that that really nice bright aqua blue color fits really well with this whole spread right now. Working on these next cards, I wanted to do some stamping because stamping on pictures and on the cards is one of my favorite things. So I pulled out my Kelly stamps, and I'm just trying to figure out which ones will be the best. I ended up using Daily Routine for the one of my son and the trains. He absolutely loves trains. He, I think, plays with them every day. And so he was at play school and he had made this big, huge track. And he was just so proud of himself. Sorry, it says hashtag daily life, not daily routine. And then I wanted to add a little bit more blue. So I brought out these little Studio Calico Alphas. And they're in the perfect color, which is why I used them, and the size worked really well. And I'm writing trains, and then over top I'm going to stamp in Stays On Can't Get Enough, as that's totally how he is right now. I'm using Stays On because it's going to dry instantly and it's not going to smudge. And with the alphas being that more glossy type of paper, I don't want it to smudge at all. I'm moving to this next card, which has some 3x3 square photos printed of my children and my husband. And what I wanted to do here was keep them all on one card. I'm using one of these cute little notes with some gold on the top from the Gossamer blue kit. And I just find that that gold really makes the photos pop, like you really notice them. And then I wanted to do a little bit of stamping, so I decided to use the date. And then I also have a strip of washi as well at the bottom, just to bring everything together. That little Love This black chipboard sticker. I got that from the Studio Calico Black Friday sale, and I've been wanting to use it for a good month or so now. I just hadn't been able to find the right place to put it. I finally end up using it on this layout, and I'm really happy I do. I took a picture of myself holding and cuddling our daughter, and I'm journaling about how I want to remember this time that I spent with her, and how even though sometimes it's frustrating when she won't go to sleep, that I really just want to remember and enjoy this last little bit of time with her. I felt that that photo needed to be popped up a bit, so I backed it onto the same card that I used for the Adele one, so it's got some pink and white stripe in there, just so that you can notice it a little bit more on that white ledger card. Both of those are from the Teal line press as well. And now I'm going to be moving into what would normally be my title card, but because I'm putting January together as a full month, that's not how it's going to be. So I still wanted to have a card that was a filler card. I used the alphas from the Gossamer Blue kit, and they are the Fancy Pants designs, I believe. I absolutely love them. I wish I had a couple more packs of them because the colors are just perfect and they are a great size for Project Life. So I used the Love acetate piece from, I believe, one of the Maggie Holmes collections. And then I've got the details that I picked up from Pink Fresh Studio, and it's a sparkle. And I'm just going to stop right here. I'm showing you guys what my little ephemera stashes look like. So I put everything into these. There are 3 wood boxes, and I've just colored or put the colors on the outside so I know what I'm looking for. And I just got those from the dollar store. I know I had someone asking me the last time they saw this on one of my comments. And then one of the very last cards I'm doing is this one right here. I was going to leave it white, but I was finding it wasn't quite right, so I needed to add some pink and some blue. After going through all my little embellishment stashes, I ended up finding that little bird and then also that little flare. I apologize, the last little bit's out of frame, and I had moved my stand and didn't realize that it wasn't out as far as it was before. And so I think I'm almost done, and then I realized that I forgot to do this picture at the front or at the very top. So what I want to do is use some stamps. I grabbed the Kelly Stamps ones in her breakfast collection, I think. And then also I'm using this beautiful gold brilliance ink pad. So I stamp Yum, and then I stamp Yes Please below it, still using the same colors. And then one of the things that I love from Kelly Perky is that she writes around the plates on her food shots. And that's it. That's another layout done. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, you can find me on Instagram at Create Life Paperwords. And make sure you're subscribing to my channel here.